Hi everyone, welcome to tonight's Facebook and Instagram Live. I'm Christine Daal from Fashion Ninja Warrior, and tonight is episode number 92. We are going to discuss how to multitask and be productive. This is probably one of my most favorite topics of all time. Hey, Alvatanza, Latina Chic Boutique, Styles Lewis, hey. Thanks for joining. If you're joining on Facebook, send me a quick little message so I can be sure that the comments and all the tech stuff is working, because we've had issues in the past. Everyone's going live at the same time, so it can be kind of crazy. Hey Christy, how are you? For joining. How's everyone doing? Happy Tuesday. Is everyone making it through the quarantine okay? I know some states have started to open. Hopefully New York City, New Jersey will start to open soon as well. So as always, don't forget to share this video. If you're sharing on Facebook, please let people know they actually can't watch it unless they're part of our Facebook group, The Fearless Fashionpreneur. So they have to join the group and then they can watch the video, but don't let that stop you from sharing it because it'll help more people join the group. And if you're on Instagram, tag someone. This will remain in our stories for 24 hours. However, after that, it will be deleted. So if you missed something or want to go back or want a refresher, head on over to our Facebook group, The Fearless Fashionpreneur. The link is in the bio. And you can watch all 92 episodes, including this one, on replay, which is amazing. That's literally over 45 hours of free information, guys. Don't forget to comment with your questions. Hey, Sabrine. Hi, how are you? Thanks for joining. Give me your hearts. Give me your thumbs up. It's like oxygen to me, guys. I love it. I need it. I want to hear from you. I don't want to feel like I'm just talking to myself. That's very boring. So hopefully I will hear from all of you. And if anybody wants to come on live with me, don't be shy. Just click that little button and I can bring you on live. So tonight we are going to discuss how to multitask and be productive. We're going to talk about which tasks you can easily multitask, even if you are horrible at multitasking, okay? So I'm going to break it down really easy for you guys. We're going to talk about how to consume information faster, how to get your own free personal assistant. Yes, I said free. You do not have to pay for it. How to save time using automation, the best productivity apps, tools, email tips, and so much more. I hope you are super excited. Now, I will say we already gave away a little sneak peek about productivity tips. I gave you guys 10 different productivity tips and tools in Facebook Live episode number 88, where we talked about working from home. So definitely go back and watch that episode if you haven't already, because there's 10 tips that we're not going to talk about tonight that I did mention in there, okay? Hi, Abby Richards. How are you? Thanks for joining. So one of my best friends at one point in time was asked how she would describe me. And she said that I was the most efficient person she had ever met. And I took that as a really big compliment. Hey, Rakina, how are you? And what does that word efficient really mean? It means achieving maximum productivity with minimum wasted effort or expense, right? It means working in a very well-organized and competent way. So yes, I agree with that statement and love that statement. I would also call myself a very efficient person. But the reason I'm efficient is because I've been able to figure out how to master multitasking and be productive, and that's what we're going to talk about today, okay? So the first part, the first foundation of being productive, in my opinion, is being able to multitask. Now, what does the word multitask mean? Like it says, multiple task, multitask, it's being able to deal with more than one task at a time. Now, some people will argue that true multitasking cannot be done, right? My husband will argue with me till the cow comes home, that this can definitely not be done. How many of you say that multitasking can be done? I want to hear from you. Who says it can be done effectively? Who says it cannot be done effectively? Abby Richards, yes. Why do you want me to say your name? Am I saying it wrong? Hopefully not. Okay. Who thinks multitasking can be done? Who thinks it cannot be done? I want to hear from you guys. There's a bunch of you on. Drop it in the comments. The live will be approximately 30 minutes. We usually do them for 30 minutes every Tuesday. Thanks, Sabrine. Rakina. Homie Diaz says, yes, it can be done. Who else? Abby says, I think it can be done. Okay, awesome. So I think it can be done, and I will prove to you right now why it can be done. So first of all, it is proven that women are better at multitasking than men. Don't ask me why. God created us this way, probably because we're the ones that have to have the babies, you know. We got to make sure we can multitask, right? So sorry guys, you're just not as good at multitasking, but there's still hope for you, okay? And the reason that I say that multitasking can be done is because the very act of driving a car is multitasking. So if you have ever driven a car, you have successfully multitasked, because you are putting your foot on the gas or the brake while steering a wheel, while looking ahead and in a rear view mirror and side view mirrors all at the same time, right? So that right there is pure multitasking. So if you have ever driven a car, you have successfully completed multitasking. Now, I'm sure a lot of you have done even more in a car. For instance, if you've ever talked to someone while you're driving, you are multitasking even more. If you've ever eaten food and or done your makeup or text, which you should never text while driving, you are actually indeed multitasking even further, right? So that right there proves to me, in my opinion, that multitasking can be done, and it can be done effectively. But to be the most effective at multitasking, it's important to figure out which activities require very little brain activity so that you can do other things while you're doing them, right? So think about the things that you can listen to, or can you possibly talk to someone while you're actually doing them, right? So which activities do you think require very little brain activity? Things like folding laundry, possibly doing your hair and makeup in the morning, cooking dinner, or maybe you're chopping vegetables and making things, you know, ready, doing dishes, cleaning, painting your nails. I just put on my lovely nail strips, little black tips manicure here. If you're in quarantine and you're wondering how to get your nails done, nail strips, these are amazing. Literally, there's a link in my bio, okay guys? Driving, as we already mentioned, right? These are all things for the most part that require very little brain activity or brain space in order to do. And so you can save that brain space to do something else, right? So can you be folding laundry and watching Facebook Live? Can you be doing your makeup and listening to a podcast? Can you be chopping vegetables and watching your online courses from Fashion Ninja Warrior, right? Like, you can easily do other things while doing these things because they don't require a lot of brain activity, right? And typically, these are all things that you are physically doing. And so you want to consume information, whether it's by listening to information, watching information, or you're the one giving information, or you're conversing with someone, right? You're talking to somebody. So obviously there's many ways for information to come in and out of our bodies. We have our ears that we listen, we have our mouth, which we use to talk and to speak, and we have our eyes, which are our visual, right? So there's many different avenues in our body to get things in and out, to get information in and out. But keep in mind, one of the things that is very difficult to do is read while do something, right? It's very difficult to, I don't know, let's say try to fold your laundry and read. That's pretty much impossible because you can't sit there and move around and fold your laundry while you're trying to read something that you need to actually sit still for. So in that case, the logical next step would be to take anything that you normally have to read, because that is not something that can be multitasked, and turn it into something that can be listened to so that you can multitask, right? So this is where audiobooks come in. If you're a big reader, if you love books, consider doing audiobooks, right? Instead of buying a physical book, buy an audiobook. That way you can listen to it while you're actually doing other things, right? You can even take it one step further and actually get your computer to speak to you and read things back to you. Yes, and I actually will put a link to the website that explains how to do this on every single type of computer and option. On Macs, all you have to do is hit Option Escape, as long as you have the option turned on. And literally your computer will read to you. This is fabulous if you're trying to get through an article or blogs and you need to be doing other things, right? Especially moms, any mompreneurs out there like me. You've got a baby in one hand, you're doing a million things. You can't be sitting there reading stuff. Get your computer to do work for you, right? And this kind of goes along with my lines of how to get a free personal assistant. Make your technology do the work for you, okay? Has anyone actually ever done this? I'm curious to know. And you can even take it one step further and find an app to actually read your emails to you, which I'm actually in the process of doing. If anyone knows of a really good app, I have yet to use one, but I started to look into it because this would save me a lot of time. If I didn't have to physically sit down to read my emails and I could have someone or something like my phone read them to me, that's definitely gonna save me a lot of time, right? And I'll be able to multitask even better. Okay, so the second part of the foundation of being the most productive that you possibly can be, with the first part being multitasking, the second part is being faster, doing things faster, right? Obviously, if you want to be more productive, you've got to speed up the time one way, shape, or form. Elva Tanza says the emergent reader is in Word as well. Okay, great. I'm assuming that's like to get your computer to read back to you Word docs or something. That's awesome. Thank you so much for sharing that. If you guys have any tips or hacks or apps or anything that you use, please drop it in the comments. Hey, Kristen. Hey, Jasmine. How are you? Do you guys want to come on? I'll bring you on if you want to. So the second part of the foundation is doing things faster. You can't be productive if you're slow. It's just not going to happen, right? So if you want to be more productive, you've got to get faster, right? So how can you get faster? Well, one, you can consume information faster, and you can find things faster, and you can actually cut down your viewing time or listening time to things faster. And I'm going to talk about how to do this. So did anybody know that if you actually want to consume a YouTube video faster or try to find information easily in a YouTube video, there are actually 3 little dots on the right-hand side of all YouTube videos. All you have to do is click those 3 dots, hit those 3 dots, go to transcript. It will pull up a transcribed version of the video, like a shortened kind of transcribed version of the video on the right-hand side. And then you can actually hit Command F and find anything that you want to find. So if you're trying to watch a video and you know there's a certain part of the video that you need to watch, maybe you have homework, maybe you're trying to find some kind of information, right? You can literally do this instead of sitting there watching the entire YouTube video or sitting there listening to the entire YouTube video. Just do the little transcript, go to the 3 dots, transcript, go to the right-hand side, hit Command F, and search for whatever it is you're looking for. Command F, by the way, is one of my favorite tools ever. You can easily find things in your notes, in your Google Docs, Word docs, whatever the case may be, just by hitting Command F. Excel sheets, it's really great for. So Command F needs to be your best friend. Next, you can get faster by using dictation. So you can text, you can email, you can even take notes faster, all through using dictation. So does anyone use talk to text? I absolutely love talk to text. I barely ever actually text anymore because I am not a fast texter. I have really long nails. I like having long nails. And it's hard. I am not a 2-thumb texter. I'm not even a 2-hand texter. So I'm pretty slow, guys, at texting. And so I use talk to text all the time because it is way faster. And I don't know anyone that can type or text as fast as they can talk. So use talk to text. It's great for texting. It's even great for putting together your Instagram captions. Hint, hint, hint. So if you're trying to put together those long Instagram captions, just talk it into your phone. Most phones have the capability of doing this nowadays. You can even do it with emails right on your computer. Most computers come with this capability. I know for Macs, you can definitely just start dictation on your Mac by hitting the function key twice. So just tap it twice on your Mac and you can actually type anything onto your computer, whether it's emails or talk to text, I should say, whether it's emails, whether it's a Word doc, anything. Really, really great. And also if you're taking notes, like for instance, right now you could be taking notes on my Facebook Live. Hopefully you are, because these are really, really great productivity hacks and tips that I'm giving you. If you're taking notes, if you are watching a YouTube video and taking notes, if you're listening to a professor and taking notes, anytime that you are taking notes, you can actually transcribe the entire thing if you wanted to. And I'm going to show you a really easy way to do it. All you have to do is go to your Google Docs. And if you haven't been using Google Docs, I recommend that you do. Go to Google Docs, open up a new doc, go to Tools, then go to voice typing and hit start, and it will type everything that whatever sound is coming out of your computer or anywhere in the area, it will type it onto your computer. I'm literally doing this right now as we speak. I'm transcribing this entire Facebook Live because later on we're gonna turn it into a blog post. So you can literally do this with almost anything. I have not tried it with phone calls yet. I don't know if it will work as effectively. I'm assuming if you put it on speaker, your computer will be able to hear the other person and you could literally record or transcribe an entire phone call. But this is so phenomenal, guys. Like if you're watching a webinar, if you are taking notes for any reason, you're on a phone call, something, Celestine loves it. Yes. Do this. Go to Google Docs, go to voice typing, and have the computer work for you so that you don't have to worry about writing all this stuff down and getting everything correct. Obviously, you're gonna have to go back afterwards, edit it a little bit, right? There's going to be words that are misspelled wrong and things like that. A computer is a computer, it's not a human, but it's gonna be way faster and easier than you typing everything. And if you are doing something while you're listening to something and you physically can't type notes or take notes, this is another way that you can multitask, okay? All right, let's keep moving. Another thing that you can do is shortcuts. I love keyboard shortcuts. You can do it right in your phone. Makes it super easy to text things or email things. I'm personally a Mac girl. I have an iPhone. I have an iMac. Everything is synced. So you can literally set up what's called keyboard shortcuts in your phone. I'm sure Google has it as well. And you can do things like initialisms, right? So NV, never mind, right? So instead of typing out the word never mind every time you want to say never mind, all you do is go to the keyboard shortcuts, type never mind equals NV, and then every time you type NV, whether it's a text, whether it's an email, it will automatically populate with the word never mind. It is amazing. I have so many of these keyboard shortcuts set up. Things like good morning is GM, BRB is be right back. Like all of these types of text chat, it's really called initialism is the technical term for it. You can easily set up shortcuts for. You can also do just regular keyboard shortcuts. Things like Command C, Command F, we already talked about. Command V is way faster than doing file copy or file paste. It is much faster to use your keyboard to do shortcuts like that than to literally drag your mouse cursor to the file and do the drop down. So things like this, they seem really small and insignificant, but trust me, if you're doing a lot of this all day long, it is way faster to learn the keyboard shortcuts, okay? You can also create shortcuts for your Instagram hashtags, which is a little tip that we give away inside our online course, Class 12, Intelligent Instagram. So if you are tired of always typing out all of your hashtags, literally create a shortcut for it. Put all of them together, call it something, and then every time you type that into Instagram, it will literally populate all 30 of your predetermined hashtags. So there you go. There's a great tip for you, okay? Are you guys loving this? Is it helpful? Okay, Abby's back. Awesome. Elva Tanza says some of the messages sound crazy. What messages sound crazy? Okay, cool. Alicia May, hey, good evening. Thanks for joining. Definitely be sure to go back and listen to the rest of this. You missed a lot of it already. Jasmine wants to know, is that an app, Talk to Text? No, so Talk to Text is not an app. Most phones now have it on the phone itself. So when you go to text something, your keyboard will pop up. Usually down the left-hand side, you'll see the letters, the numbers, the little emoji, and then a little microphone. That little microphone, if you tap it, will allow you to talk into it, and it will record everything you're saying. So it literally will transcribe your words into text so that you can text it. So that's what I mean by Talk to Text. You don't actually need an app. It's literally, if you have a smartphone, and trust me, I'm sure most of you have a smartphone, you have it on there, definitely. Awesome, Celestine says this is very helpful. Cool, okay. So next, get your own personal assistant. What do I mean by this? How do you get a free personal assistant? Make your computer, make your phone, make your technology work for you. If anyone has ever used Siri or Alexa or Google Assistant, these are all things that literally are designed to be your personal assistant. And I will be honest, I'm not the best at utilizing Siri. I need to utilize her more, and if anyone has suggestions on how they use Siri and what they use Siri for, I would love to hear. I do use Alexa for things like tell me the time and what's the weather outside and things like that when I'm like with my baby and playing songs and things like that. I'm not a Google person, so I don't use Google Assistant, but I've heard from other people that you can literally ask Google Assistant to make a reservation for you at a restaurant and she will do it, and various things like that. So all of these tools kind of work the same in that there are predetermined type commands that you can say to it and it will do things for you. Setting reminders, calendar appointments, scheduling things, rescheduling things, etc. So utilize them, use them to your advantage. I'd love to hear how you guys are already using them. Is anyone using Siri or Alexa or Google Assistant? Type in the comments. I'd love to hear from you guys. I want to know how you're using these things, and I want to hear all the fun productivity tips that you have for everyone else. Okay, number 8, moving right along, is your email. So make sure that you are using email to the best of your ability. Now, I used to love to use Outlook, Microsoft Outlook. I no longer use it, but when I was working in the industry, I loved it because there were so many different tools and features that it had that most email platforms don't come with. And I've yet to see other email platforms copy them or do the same type of thing. So if you can use Outlook, I would probably say that's my number 1 favorite. But my second choice and very close runner-up is Google Gmail. So if you use Gmail or G Suite, any kind of Google Mail, essentially, there are tons and tons of features that if you haven't been paying attention to, you may not know are actually available to you. So things like Boomerang with your Gmail, basically it will say, you'll go type an email, you'll send it out to somebody, and you can say, Boomerang this in 2 days. Meaning if that person doesn't get back to you in 2 days, that email will pop back up in your inbox at the top of your inbox to remind you that that person didn't actually get back to you. Pretty cool, right? So you can boomerang things. You can pause your inbox. Say you are trying to get a task done. You don't want all these email notifications coming in. You can simply pause it so that all of your emails will be paused, meaning they're not lost in space. They're there. You just can't see them until you unpause your inbox, and then all of your emails will flood in again, right? This is also good if you're going away on vacation or something and you don't want to set up an auto reminder for whatever reason. You can schedule send, and this is all for free. You don't have to pay for these features. They're all included with Gmail. You can schedule send. So if you wanted to write an email tonight, but you wanted to send out tomorrow morning or the next day, you can actually schedule send in advance. And the other thing I like about Gmail, which I've yet to see from other email providers, is that it will literally finish your sentences for you. I love this feature. Why? Because again, it is less typing and it is way faster. So before I even typed, when I reply to an email, before I even type the person's name, like hi, whatever the person's name is, it literally will pick up whatever the person's name is from their email address and type it in for me. And all I have to do is hit enter to agree that that's exactly what I want to type. And it literally is so intuitive. Like it knows exactly what you're going to say. It is almost better than a personal assistant, right? So it is amazing. I recommend using Gmail. How many people use Gmail? I'd love to hear from you guys. Sonia Reed, hey, how are you? Alicia May says I do that a lot. Awesome. So cool. Avatanza. Let me know if you guys are using Gmail. Okay, and last but not least, number 9 is to automate. The more things that you can automate, the less you have to think about them, the more you can batch your tasks together, which is going to save you time in the long run, and it's going to keep you from going crazy. So schedule things like your social media posts in advance. Every platform has an option or an app or something that you can use to schedule your social media posts. Schedule your emails in advance. I just gave you a tip that you can schedule them via Gmail if you don't have an email marketing platform. Otherwise, all email marketing platforms like MailChimp and Aweber and Klaviyo, they all have this feature. Also, make sure you're setting auto away messages if you're going on vacation, for instance. I love to set auto away messages. Obviously, you want to let people know that you're away, that you're not going to be able to answer emails, etc., etc. But another thing that you could do if you wanted to, and I did actually try this one time, is I set up an auto response email to go out because I was on vacation and I didn't want to get any emails and I didn't want to be bothered by anyone. And it literally said in the auto response, "Hi there, thanks so much for your email. Please note your email has now been deleted. If you would like me to receive your email, please resend it to me again on whatever date, and I will reply to your email then. Goodbye." And literally what you're doing by doing something like that is teaching people that the ball is now in their court, right? So most people will send an email. If you're on vacation, they'll get your email response, and then they'll expect you, when you get back from vacation, to go through your hundreds and hundreds of emails, depending on how long you've been away, and get back to them. That could take forever, number one. Number two, who wants to come back from vacation having hundreds and hundreds of unread emails in their inbox, right? I know I don't. So I personally liked this tactic. If you don't care about maybe missing a few emails and not having people be responsible for re-emailing you again, it's not a bad tactic. Try it. I tried it. I did it once. It was kind of interesting. It's kind of fun to put the ball back in somebody else's court and be like, "Hey, your email's been deleted. Resend it to me again. Otherwise, you're not getting a response." Awesome. And then, of course, you can always set up any kind of auto message. If, for instance, you are super productivity efficient and you only check your emails 4 times a day, like I recommend, you could literally write an away message that says, "Please note, your email will only be checked at these times of the day. And so if you're emailing me and it's not those times of the day, I am not checking my email," right? And therefore, if it's urgent, you need to do something else, right? So again, you're basically just teaching other people how to treat you. You're teaching other people to respect your time. You're teaching them that you aren't going to just jump up from whatever task you're doing just to be at their beck and call, just to answer their email, that sort of thing, right? So that is my 9 most effective ways to be more productive. So Sabrine has a question. Do you use Evernote at all? Pretty cool features as well. You know what? I have never used Evernote. I tried to get into it. People have raved to me about how good it is. And I don't know. I just couldn't get into it, guys. I don't know. I downloaded it and everything. And then, yeah, it just never worked for me. So no, I've never used Evernote. And to be honest, I probably never will. I somehow have managed to come up with my own methods of doing things, and it works for me, and I'm pretty productive. And so I'm going to continue doing it this way because I don't have the brain space to learn another new app at this point. But thank you for mentioning that because I have heard it's really good. Alicia also likes Evernote. Cool. Alicia says, "Yes, I use Gmail. The last comment was a referral to talk type on my smartphone." Yes, definitely you want to talk to text on your smartphone for sure. Yes, Shop, Recover, Repeat uses Gmail. Style Lewis, Gmail. She also likes Evernote. Cool. So was this helpful for you guys? Type in, "Yes, so helpful, Christine. Thank you so much." Let me know in the comments. I want to hear from you. Ooh, Alicia writes poetry. Nice, fun, cool. So don't forget to go back and watch our previous Facebook Lives, especially episode number 88, where we talk about tips for working from home. And I specifically give 10 other type of productivity tips in that episode. Also, we've got some amazing new virtual events coming up. I hope you will join me. Our first one will be next Tuesday, How to Design with Trends and Prints. That's going to be next Tuesday, May 12th, 8 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. We're going to talk about trend forecasting, merchandising, line development, how to incorporate prints into your designs, how to incorporate trends into your line, how to capitalize on bestsellers, how to create a really tight, cohesive collection, and so much more. If you've ever wanted to be the best designer that you possibly can be, this is going to be the class for you. Now, I will say this is a high-level class, meaning if you're just getting started with design, I recommend you take our class on Source, Design, Create, which is the basics kind of beginner, how to get started with designing your line, how to get started with sketching, fabric sourcing, all of that stuff, and then take this class. But I will say if you are part of our Fashion Startup Intensive, if you're one of our students, you do get this class for free. It is included in your Fashion Startup Intensive, and it will be included in all the future Fashion Startup Intensives. And if you're not part of our FSI and you want to take the class, it's only $25, which is ridiculous. All of our online courses that are an hour long are at least $97, if not $149 and up. So this is literally a steal. I recommend you sign up. Go to howtodesignevent.eventbrite.com to sign up. Also, we're doing our second vision board party. Our first one was amazing. I had so much fun with you guys. So we're doing another one because we sold out, and the next one will be on Tuesday, May 19th. So definitely go to fashionvisionboard2.eventbrite.com to sign up for that. And then we're actually gonna have a reveal party where everyone gets together from both events and we reveal our vision boards together, which is gonna be super fun. So definitely sign up for the vision board party. It's free, guys. I'm doing it for you so that you can have an amazing 2020, so that we can all lift each other up, so that we can all get rid of this negative Nancy COVID-19 nonsense and start pushing towards our goals and start seeing things come to fruition. And then there's going to be a lot of other free events coming up, guys. I'm going to be speaking tomorrow night on Instagram Live with the Fashion Institute of South Florida, so stay tuned for that. I believe it's at 7 p.m. Eastern. We're going to be doing some free seminars with Tex World, the Apparel Textile Sourcing Show, and the Magic Seminar Trade Show. They're all doing free seminars, virtual trade shows, all coming up this month of May. So stay tuned. Make sure you're following us on Instagram and inside our Fearless Fashionpreneur Facebook group. And so because of that, because I'll be super, super busy for the next couple weeks, we probably won't do a Facebook Live until June, but don't worry. Like I said, I'm doing so many other free events for you, so I'm gonna be here for you. Do not worry. And then in June, we're gonna have some awesome live interviews, which I'm super excited about. I've got some special guests lined up for you, and it's gonna be great. So as always, don't forget to always do whatever it takes. I love you guys. Thank you so much for joining. If you're watching the replay, put something in the comments. I wanna hear from you. All right, love you, bye.